now have the right to move your tassel from right to left. Congratulations.
Members of the University of Education, Winneba, Governing Council, Vice Chancellor, Very Reverend Father Professor Anthony Afro-Broni, Acting Pro Vice Chancellor Professor Mrs. Ruby Hansen, Registrar, Surveyor Paul Ose Berima Esquire, University Librarian Mr. Viscount B. Boer, Finance Officer Mr. Francis Obin, Principal, College of Technology Education, Kumasi, Professor Frederick Kwaku Safo, Principal, College of Agriculture Education, Mampong, Professor James K. Kaja Ajiman, Principal, College of Ghanaian Languages Education, Ajumako, Professor Ifram Avia Nso, Nenye Gate the 7th, Omahini of Efutu Traditional Area and member of the Governing Council, members of convocation and staff of the university, principals of colleges of education present, members of Efutu Traditional Council, the clergy and chief imam, distinguished guests, the media, parents and guardians, distinguished graduates, students, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to everybody. It is with a great joy and honor to welcome you all to the University of Education, Winneba, and to the 24th Congregation Ceremony. On behalf of the Governing Council of the University of Education, Winneba, and the entire university community, I would like to extend our warmest welcome to you. This memorable occasion symbolizes one of the important events on the university annual calendar, and we celebrate the day with a profound sense of appreciation to God Almighty for his unending grace. On this day, we celebrate this momentous occasion to confer degrees and award diplomas and certificates, and celebrate the hard work and achievements of our graduates. While celebrating the graduates, we also wish to pay tribute to the immeasurable support and guidance provided by the government, parents, guardians, loved ones, lecturers, and all who have contributed to the success story of the academic journey of our graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, today's congregation, which hitherto was held in November, was originally scheduled to come off in July. The objective was to offer greater opportunities to the graduates in their future endeavors and to allow them to pursue further studies without delay. Incidentally, the reconstitution of the Governing Council could not come off as expected, and the congregation had to be postponed till today. But let's give a very big applause to management of the university for this initiative. Because all was set for the congregation to be held in July instead of November, and we are sure to have our 2020 congregation in July and not in November. Reconstitution of the Governing Council. On Thursday, 5th September 2019, the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, through the Minister of Education, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, reconstituted the Governing Council of the University of Education, Winneba, and accorded me the privilege to chair the council. I would like to use this opportunity to thank His Excellency the President and the Minister of Education for reconstituting the Governing Council, which afforded other members and myself the rare privilege to serve on this august body in this prestigious university. As the newly reconstituted Governing Council, our immediate task was to ensure that congregation was organized. Considering the urgency, the council had an emergency meeting almost immediately after we had been sworn into office to approve the congregation dates proposed by the academic board. There are other outstanding issues, and we would like to assure the President and the nation as a whole of our desire to resolve all issues which seem to militate against the peace that UEW has always enjoyed. In line with this, the Governing Council would like to reiterate its assurance to the general public that it will take a look at all the petitions received at its subsequent meetings. This task appears daunting, but the Council would work conscientiously to surmount any challenges that may be encountered. We wish to indicate that we shall do all that we can to justify our call to serve on the Council. Projections. The University of Education Winneba continues to remain focused on its mandate to be the leading teacher training university in Ghana and across sub-Saharan Africa. The university continues to expand in both infrastructure and human capabilities to enable it to cater for the increasing student population. We are determined to sustain this continuous expansion of resources and faculties, particularly as we prepare to admit larger number of students who will be coming out of the free SHS program. We intend to match the growth in our student numbers and our programs with the appropriate infrastructural support to create the right balance between the training of our students and their relevance for personal and national development. In that regard, the university is constructing ultra-modern lecture theaters, expanding student residential facilities, and improving the road network on our campuses. Appeal. We are earnestly appealing to government for financial clearance to recruit more staff, especially academic staff, to meet our expanded population, and in anticipation of the large number of senior high school students who will be seeking admission into the university following the government's flagship free SHS initiative. This will allow the university to increase the number of students to be admitted. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to speak briefly to some other outstanding issues. The university currently does not have a substantive pro-vice-chancellor. A few months ago, 3 professors were nominated for the pro-vice-chancellor's election, which was scheduled to take place on 14th June 2019. The voting had to be called off because of a court injunction on the election. The council will make all efforts to resolve this situation. However, in the interim, an acting pro-vice-chancellor has been appointed in the person of Professor Mrs. Ruby Hansen. Until her appointment, Professor James Kwame Kaja Ajiman, the principal of College of Agricultural Education, doubled as the acting pro-vice-chancellor. On behalf of the council and on my own behalf, I extend our gratitude to Professor James Kwame Kaja Ajiman for shuttling between Mampong and Winneba to undertake such responsibilities for 1.5 years. Thank you. We also welcome Professor Ruby Hansen onto the job and hope that she would bring her expertise to bear on the office of the Pro-Vice Chancellor and support the Vice Chancellor in the discharge of his numerous responsibilities. Again, the university currently does not have alumni executives. The alumni election, which was slated for 11th May 2019, was called off due to some misunderstanding among the candidates. This too has to be resolved as soon as possible. We urge management to partner the alumni office to interact with all stakeholders, solicit views and ideas, and come up with plans that will help restructure the Alumni Association. Now, I want to address graduates directly with a piece of advice. One major observation at the University of Education, Winneba, is the increasing number of graduates year after year. This is a clear evidence of the university's continuous growth and dedication to excellence as it continues to provide high-quality, world-class, affordable, and relevant training that equip graduates to render quality services irrespective of where they find themselves. To our gallant graduates, we say congratulations to you on your successes. Certainly, your success has come through hard work, determination, and perseverance in your various fields of study. With hard work, dedication, self-discipline, can-do spirit, and resolute, you conquered various challenges in order to complete your programs of study. Success, they say, does not come on a silver platter. You have worked for it. That is why we join hands with lecturers, parents, guardians, friends, and loved ones to rejoice with you in your sweet victory. Dear graduates, as you go out, let your life impact positively on the society in which you find yourselves and beyond. Leave indelible marks for posterity to benefit as you transit into the real world by your graduation today. It is worthy to note that the world today is witnessing, quote, get rich quick by its youth. Make sure you never engage yourselves with this group and stay away from all social vices. Let us all join hands to fight the upsurge of crime, including kidnapping that has reared its ugly head in this country. This wave of crime is alien to our society. Let us all take our personal security seriously. Do volunteer information to the security agencies on suspected characters within your neighborhood. Be the ambassadors of change wherever you find yourselves and exhibit an attitude worthy of emulation. This generation is looking up to you as mentors, and you cannot afford to fail them. Finally, I hereby advise all of you graduating students to join the Alumni Association of your alma mater, so that together we shall build UEW and defend its image in the global community. I thank you. As the chairman of the Governing Council of the University of Education, Winneba, I do hereby declare this 24th congregation of the university duly constituted for the purpose of conferring degrees and awarding diplomas and certificates. Thank you, and God bless us all.
Chairman and members of the Governing Council of the University, other members of the Governing Council, other government representatives at the national, regional, and local levels, Nenye Gati, the 7th Council member and Omanhin of Efutu traditional area and his entourage, members of the management team, colleague professors and other members of convocation, staff of the university, traditional and religious leaders, SRC president, GRASAC president, alumni, friends of UEW, parents and guardians, our resilient and hardworking graduating students, members of the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. On behalf of the management team of the University of Education, Winneba, the academic board, and on my own behalf, I'd like to associate myself with the Chairman of Council to welcome all of you to the main session of the 24th Congregation Ceremony of our university. I welcome in a special way all parents, relatives, and friends who have come to support us. As an academic community, UEW is committed to its vision of becoming an internationally reputable institution for teacher education and research. We are actively focused on pursuing this vision through the mission of training competent professional teachers for all levels of education, as well as conducting research, disseminating knowledge, and contributing to educational policy and development. Our unshakable belief in the power of education to transform our world continually renews our resolve to pursue with passion our long-standing tradition of ensuring that knowledge nurtured at this university will become a source of enlightenment and empowerment to all peoples of our contemporary society. In faithfulness to the rich virtues inherited from our forefathers, we continue to fan the flame that would dispel the darkness of ignorance among our people and to bring to light the true excellence of UEW. Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, your presence here today is a powerful sign of your belief in the quality of teaching and educational leadership which are being offered here at our university with the aim of building up our dear nation. We are accordingly excited by the prospects of having to meet the expectations of our various stakeholders and of improving tremendously the experiences of our university. In this respect, we remain ever mindful of the need to academic excellence, service to community, good corporate governance, judicious utilization and management of funds, gender equity and social inclusiveness, teamwork and partnerships development, positive work attitude, environmental responsibility, and student-centeredness. Purpose of the gathering. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, congregation ceremonies, as you know, are special moments in the lives of educational institutions. They are occasions when, having taken stock of our key activities, we report to our cherished stakeholders. We also take the opportunity to show off our unique products, the most outstanding ones being the graduating class of 2019. A detailed report of activities of the university has been compiled as the annual report for the 24th congregation for your attention, and for this reason, I'll attempt only to provide highlights of the report to you. Significant achievements. Promoting academic excellence. Pursuing academic excellence remains a top priority for this administration. In line with this vision, a number of measures have been taken to strengthen our strive. 1. Academic board meetings. The academic board has been meeting more frequently to deal decisively and timely with pressing academic issues, as well as to adhere to strict timelines for specific tasks to be delivered. This has resulted in the clearing of huge backlog of incomplete results and getting them clean, and getting clean broadsheets to enable many more students to graduate on time. 2. Professors Club. To further strengthen our academic activities at this university, the formation of a group of our distinguished scholars serving as a solid mentorship team, as well as an unofficial think tank, has been on the drawing board for several months now. It is the zeal and commitment of this management that this elite group will be formed and commissioned very soon. Externally funded office. Mindful of the fact that our major source of funding at this university is the school fees, we are resolved to strengthening the externally funded office to make it a mainstream and one of the leading outfits in this university, where every member of convocation will be required to get trained and be actively involved in this indispensable role of grant proposal writing. And we'd like to assure you that if you got any grant, your due will be given you. We are further hoping that this become one of the conditions for consideration to the professorial rank. Publications and conferences. Our university continues to support members of convocation to contribute to knowledge through active participation at conferences, seminars, and colloquia. So far, this year alone, a total of 335 quality publications have been produced by our hardworking members of convocation. Whereas 73% of the total were journal articles, 4% being proceedings from conferences, 2% as chapters in edited books, 5% as books, with 16% being conference presentations. Mr. Chairman, my administration will continue to create the needed congenial environment to fully support staff towards contributing even more to knowledge creation through their insightful research publications to help the university better live its mission. International partnerships. Currently, our university has over 30 active memoranda of understanding with reputable institutions across the Americas, Europe, Asia, and Africa. Our Center for International Programs received as many as 119 foreign students visiting from a variety of universities to engage in a number of academic programs. Additionally, we have had some 28 staff from the Berlin University, University College of Copenhagen, Thai Solaren College of Education, Appalachian State University, Hamburg University, and the Freie University of Berlin visiting as lecturers or researchers. There is a joint research project between our university and the University of Hamburg, funded by Hamburg Global. The sponsorship covers flights, visas, and accommodation for students. Mr. Chairman, our university recently hosted the Israeli ambassador to Ghana, Her Excellency Shani Cooper, who led a 4-member delegation from the Project 10 to explore the possibilities of greater collaboration with our great university. 6, scholarships and fellowships. Our university has facilitated scholarships for 10 of our students to pursue various programs abroad with the University College of Copenhagen and Europa Universita Flensburg. I'm happy to report that a number of funding packages have been secured for mobilities of students and staff between our university and partner institutions abroad. Affiliations. Ladies and gentlemen, the enviable performance of our university continues to attract many more institutions which are eager and proud to be affiliated to us for mentorship and for training. At the moment, locally, our university has 36 affiliate institutions made up of 17 private tertiary institutions, 4 technical universities, and 15 colleges of education. This allocation of 15 affiliated colleges of education to our university is the highest that any university in this country has. And this goes to underscore the relevance of our university in providing excellence and leadership in teacher education in Ghana. We have since put in place the necessary mechanisms to position us to more effectively deliver our part of this relationship. 8, UEW's involvement in recent educational reforms. As premier teacher education university, we continue to be associated with key educational reforms in Ghana and beyond. Over 80% of our academic staff have been heavily involved, playing very active roles in the development of the new curricula for schools and TTL to ensure that colleges of education can produce better trained teachers. Deaf-blind student. Pursuant to one of our core values of promoting social inclusiveness, our university continues to admit and train many more young adults with different disabilities than any university in this country. In this university, you can find all the examples of disabilities: blindness, low vision, hard of hearing, deafness, and deaf-blindness, as well as the varieties of physical disabilities. Our students are found suffering all these challenges. I'm proud to announce at this gathering that our university is setting the record as the first university in the nation to graduate a deaf-blind student whom we enrolled in the 2017-2018 academic year to pursue a 2-year diploma program in community-based rehabilitation and disability studies. This morning, we showed her off to you. As a university, we are very proud to have provided this unique student the platform to prove to Ghana that the loss of her sight and hearing is not a barrier to her attaining university education. The university continues to be very supportive of her amazing achievement and thereby offers to pay for her accommodation and tuition fees as she proceeds to pursue her post-diploma B.Ed program in community-based rehabilitation and disability studies in the next academic year. Students' enrollment statistics. With over 40 study centers scattered across the country, with 13 faculties and 49 academic departments here in Winneba, Echumakon, Kumasi, and Asante Mampong campuses, UEW's current enrollment stands at 85,003. Indeed, we are not just happy with the large numbers, but we continue to expand infrastructure to accommodate the ever-increasing numbers of new applicants. We are proud to partner government in welcoming the first batch of the beneficiaries of the free senior high school policy in the next academic year. ICT. Mr. Chairman, we remain focused in our resolve to leverage on the power of ICT and the fruits of investments in collaborative technologies to support our academic enterprise. A number of initiatives have recently been rolled out with the goal of making ICT the driving force for operating the university. 1, Enterprise Resource Program. This very modern, very useful, very innovative software has come to replace the OSIS 2 and OSIS 1. As you may know, all preparatory works are almost complete with the necessary tests being run. When fully operational, the ERP system will digitize and integrate all key functions of the university to ensure greater efficiency and effectiveness in the way we do business. 2, Phase 2 of Wi-Fi expansion. The second phase of the Wi-Fi expansion project geared towards ensuring that all areas of our campuses are covered with Wi-Fi is steadily in progress, with the Jumaco campus already completed, while Winneba campus is on the brink of completion. Kumasi and Mampong are ongoing. 3, Modern ICT Center. A modern 120-seater ICT center at the Faculty of Educational Studies here at the North Campus has been completed and since May handed over for the use of students. This new addition has eliminated the situation which hitherto made about 80% of our students trek from the North Campus to the South for their mandatory ICT lectures. Hopefully, with the completion of more ongoing projects, additional space will be created for more ICT laboratories. 4, Internet connectivity to staff residents. The ICT Directorate is in the process of concluding works aimed at extending internet connectivity to staff residents both on campus and off campus to facilitate their research and to work from home. The initiative is expected to be rolled out very soon. 5, training academic staff to develop courseware. As the fastest growing public university in the country, this university has become ever desirous of greater innovations to supplement the traditional face-to-face methods of teaching students. The ICT Directorate has therefore been charged to train and to support academic staff to develop courseware to supplement our current practice. Indeed, I'd like you to know, my dear distance students, that it's my dream and hope that every study center would have the necessary equipment to enable us have teleconferencing opportunities so that a lecturer could be here in Winneba and deliver lectures to you from wherever you came from. It's my dream. If we are so far able to do it, which we have done for the past 2 years or so, academic board doesn't necessarily have to have everybody coming from Winneba, coming from Mampong and Kumasi and Ejumakon. People are able to, we have the facilities for people to be able to stay in Mampong, in Kumasi and in Ejumakon while we remain in council chamber in Winneba and communicate effectively in academic board meetings. We have done that also several times for convocation meetings, and so I don't see why we cannot extend that to only 40 study centers. So join me in praying that it will come to pass. Training academic staff to develop courseware. Financial aid to students. The Vice Chancellor's Scholarship Fund, recently instituted by the university, has reduced significantly the financial burden of a number of our needy but brilliant students. During the last academic year, we increased the number of scholarships offered to 279 at a total cost of 279,000 Ghana cedis, where each beneficiary received an amount of 1,000 Ghana cedis. The number of scholarships awarded this time, at a ceremony that took place about 2 weeks ago, represents an increase of 129% over the previous academic year. Infrastructural development. Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, the following are some of the infrastructural initiatives being undertaken by our university. 1, construction of lecture blocks. This year alone, contracts have been awarded for the construction of 10 pavilions, each to seat 500 students on our Winneba campus and 2 at the Kumasi campus. The construction works have made huge progress. As I speak, 2 of the pavilions have been handed over technically. So they are right here if you care to see, and it gives you an idea of the beautiful atmosphere that you are likely to inherit should you decide to come for your master's program. Amen? Whereas 6 of them are expected to be commissioned within the next 2 months, the other 4 will be commissioned within 6 months. Lecturers' block. The construction of a multi-purpose lecturers' block is ongoing at a very slow pace. Started over 2 years ago, the lecturers' block is a 200-number office with 30 lecture theater facility. When completed, the infrastructure will assist greatly in solving our long-lasting challenge with office spaces for our lecturers and lecture theaters for our students. Staff apartment complex. Work on a 10-unit staff apartment complex has been successfully completed and handed over to the university, and we'd like to express gratitude to the chairman and members of our governing council for gracing the commissioning event a few weeks ago. University Hospital. The construction of a state-of-the-art university hospital is currently ongoing at this campus, and it is 75% complete. Management is taking the necessary steps to ensure that the project is completed and commissioned for use very soon. In fact, I have arranged for some meeting with the consultants and the contractor and development office next week, because this is a beautiful facility that we want to have. It's a 100-bed facility with a number of consultation rooms, an OPD, an emergency center, a pharmacy, 2 operating theaters, radiography center, among other modern facilities. Students' residential facilities. Progress on 2 of the 3 sets of 2,000 capacity hostel facilities is commendable. Not too much, but commendable. It is hoped that at least one of them will be completed for use by 2020 in anticipation of the admission of our fresh batch of students. This will be a huge relief to our many students who struggle for decent and affordable accommodation in town. Let me leave this part because I'm not sure you are interested. Are you? Okay. We are building a food court. So anytime you come here, we are hoping that one of them will be ready within the next 2 months, so you can find a nice place to eat. In case you are allergic to spaghetti and pizza, we also are constructing bush canteens where you can have abetie, konkonte, and all the other things. Coltech Basic School. Work on a basic school complex at the Kumasi campus is about 75% complete. This will be our first university-owned and managed school, and we are hoping that it will create an opportunity for putting into practice our research. Kagrig Slaughterhouse. As you know, Kagrig is the College of Agriculture Education, and a slaughterhouse is not a luxury but very important, and we are working very hard to make sure that it is completed within this year. Construction of commercial center. That's the building right here. Work on the commercial center located here on this campus is also ongoing, although quite slowly. The project, which is intended to serve students, staff, visitors, and the entire Winneba community, has reached about 75% completion, and it will soon be handed over, we pray, we pray. Let me take the opportunity to advertise that interested traders and business people may send in their applications already to the registrar for space, so that as soon as it's commissioned, you can have a place to sell whatever you want to sell, and you can make some good money. Kolanj Faculty Block. This project, which has slowed down for some time now, is receiving the needed attention. A recent pledge of 5 million Ghana cedis from Get Fund has been earmarked to support it, and we are also making plans to look for other monies to add on to ensure that this important facility is completed for effective use. Construction of water production facility. As a source of income generation, we have put up a building which is about 85% complete at our Jumaku campus, and we're hoping that we can commission it soon to create jobs and to make more money for the university. Expansion of facilities at the university farm. In the same way, we are working very hard to expand our university farm so that we can have as many as 15,000 birds and create jobs for the local community and anyone from anywhere who would like to find a job, either working here or buying and selling eggs or chicken. Ideal study centers. I think this is where you are very interested in, right? Work on the ideal study centers in Koforidua, Cape Coast, Ormi, Kumasi, Techiman, and Accra are progressing at various stages. I can assure you that the project at Cape Coast and the one in Kumasi will be commissioned latest January, February, definitely before Easter. Construction of Technology Block, Central Campus. The 4-story block, inclusive of lecture halls, an audience hall, audiovisual room, library, ICT center, and students' lounge, is 80% complete, and we really, really would like to commission it within the next 2 months. Promotions. Mr. Chairman, our administration has taken keen interest in the promotion issues of our staff, and we've done a lot to facilitate the processes. For instance, whereas in the past, when an application was being submitted to the Human Resource Unit, deans were required to bring list of 3 external assessors. Now, since our administration began, we are requiring deans to bring 5 of very alive external assessors, so that as soon as we get them, we send them not to 2, but to 3. And any first 2 that arrive will be considered by Appointment and Promotions Board, and in the case of professorial considerations, will go to council before the promotion takes place. I'd like to announce happily and proudly that as a result of this new arrangement, as well as through the very hard work of our lecturers, of our other convocation members, and the very, very hard work of our HR team, within this comparatively short period of 2 years, we have facilitated promotions of as many as 122 senior members. This is unprecedented. If you look at the percentage, we have about 500 convocation members. And out of the 500, within the last 2 years, 122 of them have been promoted. Here is a situation where somebody can be in the university for 10 years and not be able to publish 2 articles. But here is a situation where as many as 122 have been promoted. And I promise you that at our next congregation, I will be announcing something like 200 and over 200, because there's a lot of applications that are coming, because we are not allowing our young scholars to relax. We want them to do what universities do. Don't blame us too much. You will thank us later. Right, colleagues? Colleagues, right? Right. Capacity building. Ladies and gentlemen, pursuant to this administration's commitment to continuous professional development, nearly 10 million Ghana cedis was budgeted for our international and local seminars, conferences, and staff training for both teaching and non-teaching staff in the last academic year. Management is committed to continuing this to ensure that we have the kinds of convocation members who can compete favorably with any convocation member anywhere in the world. We are not just competing with people in Ghana, but we are desirous of becoming a globally recognized and a globally reputable university. Meeting NCTE norms amid scarcity of human resource provisions. Ladies and gentlemen, about 2,000 employees are currently on our payroll. There's a shortfall of 93 employees from my previous report. Sadly, only 26% of these are teaching staff. About 8% of them are senior members in administration, and about 28% of them are senior staff, and as many as almost 40% are junior staff. Currently, we are managing shortages in our mainstream classrooms by engaging 34% of our teaching staff on part-time contracts and 1,174 part-time tutors engaged at the various study centers. Juxtaposing these statistics over our ever-increasing student population, one could appreciate our huge expenses in the extra critical staff that we have had to recruit, costing us about 1 million Ghana cedis every month, which comes from our internally generated funds. It hasn't been easy, and so we pray government to kindly come to Macedonia and help us. Reconstitution of the University Governing Council. We are grateful to government for the reconstitution of our Governing Council under the chairmanship of Professor Dr. Obin Reku. It is our hope and prayer that the new council will steer the university to greater oases of peace and prosperity. I'd like to also announce that within the past few weeks, National Accreditation Board, as well as National Council for Tertiary Education, at different times have come to conduct very thorough audit of our staff, and the reports have been very comprehensive. And in the case of NCTU, we are very, very proud of ourselves, yet poised to do even better. Graduation statistics. Mr. Chairman, at the first session of the 24th congregation ceremonies taking place here at Winneba, as well as in Kumasi, Asante Mampong campuses from 17th to the 26th of October, a total of 16,489 students will be graduating. Today, day 2, a total of 3,036 students will graduate from the faculties of Educational Studies and Foreign Languages Education and Communication, as well as this afternoon from our distance study centers of Accra Academy, Accra College of Education, Accra Wesley Girls, St. John's Grammar, Asamankase, Asim Fosu, Axim, Dambai, and Hohoi. The other details should be in the report, and with your kind permission, I'd like to skip them. Mr. Chairman, permit me to address our graduating students, the celebrants. My dear students, there is every good reason why we celebrate you today. Even though when you came here or when you started your programs some 2 or 4 years ago, some of you had your apprehensions, because for you distance education students, it's really, really a big challenge, because you have to multitask. You are the assemblyman, the catechist's wife, you are also the pastor, some of you are fetish priests, and you combine that admirably with your studies. When I was Pro-Vice Chancellor and traveling around the country, I saw on a number of occasions a pregnant woman sitting on a bicycle with 2 children behind her. Can you imagine that? In rain, in sunshine, in the dust, in the scorching sun, you were there. At Atebubu, you could see in the middle of lectures as many as 100 bicycles and motorbikes. But you have braced it, and you are at this point. We are proud of you. You should applaud yourselves. You may have had challenges as a distance student due to the nature of your program. Some of you may have started 6 years ago because of the nature of the program, but you have persisted and you are graduating today. Congratulations. As you graduate today, I'd like you to consider your graduation as that huge landmark on your journey, not a destination. Don't forget that in our contemporary society, there's a lot of sources for learning. And so you can take advantage of the ICT, of IT, and learn more. But you can also take advantage of continuous education with the many opportunities that have been created in this nation for you through distance education. When things change in your life, nothing stops you from coming to be a full-time student for a change. And we'll be happy to work with you. Today, we officially commission you into the world as our latest set of ambassadors. I'd like to urge you to strive after and to remain focused on excellence, on dedication, on honesty, on self-respect, and on respect for others. Please be time conscious. That's a gospel I have to preach very, very strongly, especially to you distance education students. Please be time conscious. I want you to pledge, I will be time conscious. Oh, you don't want to be time conscious. I can't hear you. You see, as a nation, if we are able to obey this commandment, we will be competing with America and Japan and Australia. I will be time conscious. Never be afraid of failure or disappointment. Shine like the bright light in the dark to lead in shaping the future of our Ghanaian youth and those of the world beyond. And whether you like it or not, there are many who will be looking up to you, therefore, be sources of positive influence in their lives. I'm sure that in your villages there may be a party on Sunday because you are probably the first graduate of a university. But never look down on yourselves, and I must repeat that. Never look down on yourselves. Don't go telling anybody, as for me, I did distance. Check your certificate and see whether there is any portion where it has said distance. Did you hear me? So whether you are from Accra Wesley Girls or whether you are from Asim Fosu, my native territory, it doesn't matter. Be proud of what it is you have received and continue studying. Studying at home, coming back to continue studying. Never look down on yourselves. Don't allow anyone else to disrespect you, because I know that it's a reality. Sometimes the regular students look down on you. and some of you foolishly swallow that. You should stand shoulder to shoulder. If anybody comes and says that they are regular and you are distance, ask them to bring their transcript and ask them to bring their certificate, and let's see whether there is a difference. Don't let anyone use you because you are a distance student for their dirty jobs and promise you that if you don't do this for me, you will not get this. Stand firm. I have met some brilliant, very, very brilliant distance education students. In fact, I have supervised the thesis at the master's level of many of you. And I didn't see any difference. And I'm talking about 20 years of experience in this university. And therefore, I charge you. In fact, I'm looking forward to seeing you. Those of you with diploma, I want to see you at the post-diploma. And those of you who are graduating with first degrees, you must come back for your masters. Be yourself. Be that amazing and strong and smart person that you have been. In fact, for anybody doing research, if you want to see students who are resilient, go to the distance education students. Be adventurous. Continue to be adventurous. And dare to create and build your own jobs, even if it's small. You will be amazed with time how it will blossom and how it will flourish. Appreciation. Mr. Chairman, I wish to use this opportunity to express our sincere gratitude to the government of Ghana through the Ministry of Education for the continued show of interest and support for our university. I am exceedingly grateful to faculty, administrative staff, and other stakeholders for the support provided in charting this course. I also like to appreciate the time which parents and invited guests have taken off their respective schedules to join our graduates here to celebrate this important feat in the lives and in the life of the university. I'd like to extend deep appreciation to my registrar, my hard-working registrar, Surveyor Paul Osei-Berima Koma Esquire. Registrar and his team of dedicated staff have served at various committees and have inspired the Physical Works Development Unit, Estates Department, Health, Sanitation, Security, Operations, Publications, and Communication, and he has chaired congregation planning committees. Sometimes we have a management committee and he wants to run away to be with the congregation planning committee. Let's applaud him for the hard work. In a special way, my heartfelt appreciation goes to the academic board, my advisors and my team, the many faculties and the departments for the huge sacrifices and hard work which have brought us here today. I remember not too long ago, I kept you at the council chamber for like 6 hours. Was it 7 hours? And your salary, your sitting allowance was still less than 100 Ghana cedis. God will reward you. A very special appreciation to the clothing production unit of the Home Economics Department for our beautiful academic gowns. The ones we are wearing here at the top and the ones you are wearing are not from China or Philippines. They are made in Winneba. And now to you, members of convocation, I'd like to thank you very much for your attendance, for your support, and for your loyalty for UEW. Mr. Chairman, in conclusion, I'd like to extend my profound gratitude to all of you for honoring our invitation. It is my fervent prayer that God will bless and keep all of you as we celebrate this all-important day. And may this same God grant you all traveling mercies back to your various destinations. God bless the class of 2019. God bless UEW. And God bless our nation, Ghana, and make it great and strong. Thank you.